Let's All right, cool. All right, what's up, everybody? So my name is Elton, like Elton John, just without the John. And no, I don't do any singing or do any type of piano playing, unfortunately. It will be cool if I could learn, but not at the moment. I am a wholesaler. I do some wholesaling in a few states all over the US, Eastern, Central, and Western. So it all really depends. I look for properties for my buyers that are anything like over 1,000 square feet. And the purpose for this event is basically to help out any new wholesalers. I was a new wholesaler at one point as well too, and I'm just trying to get my everything that I learned along the way, get it out there. Just trying to help out people any way possible. And then from there, just try to assist, like I said, in just any way possible, either on the number side or whatever it is that you basically need help. I'm just trying to just put it out there for you and just simplify it, just because the biggest phase that a lot of wholesalers get into when it comes to wholesaling, it's analysis paralysis. And basically from there, they do struggle in terms of dealing with those numbers. And the issue with that is that it does consume like a lot of your time, especially when you're getting started. You're just consuming like way too much information, and it truly sucks. So that's why I'm putting these videos out there. Whoever wants to join, joins. Whoever doesn't want to join, it's perfectly fine. Everybody has their own opinions about it. So with that being said, we just could get started. And the way this is going to go is if there's any properties out there that needs to get any type of analysis, or if you're working on a contract and you're just second guessing yourself on where things are at, then this is going to be basically this Zoom and basically this series is about just showing you the works about getting those numbers properly set up and making sure that you're getting the deal properly at a good price, where your buyer will buy it at a good price, and then you're also getting your wholesale fee as well too. So with that, let's just jump right into it, and I'm gonna be sharing my screen in a second, and let's head over here. So when it comes to doing some analysis, it is a lot about knowing where the numbers are at. So a few things that I do have to go over is it's about ARV. And basically what ARV is, for those who don't know, ARV stands for, and if you can't read my handwriting, I do apologize. I write better in cursive than in whatever this is. I don't know what to call it. But the ARV stands for after repair value. So basically, a buyer that you're looking to, if you find like a property, your goal is to find like a property that needs any type of updates. If it's like a light updates, because there's a buyer that might be interested in buying and holding. If there's a buyer who might be interested on fixing and flipping it, which is the most common one when it comes to wholesaling, then you're gonna have a what's called after repair value. And what this is going to basically going to do, it is going to determine what the price of the property is once it gets fully updated. So from here, the way it's going to go is the very first thing is basically this ARV, and ignore that monstrosity right behind me. It's just my dog just making some noises. He's a husky, so he does need a lot of attention, and that's what he's begging for at the moment. But back to the topic, is the ARV is basically the after repair value. But the question is, how do you find ARV, or how do you determine a property has a good ARV? And the way we determine that is pretty simple. I spent like a lot of time just trying to get like again to like numbers. My background, it does involve a lot of financials, and I'm very good with like numbers. My major was aerospace engineering. So numbers came out really easily, especially when it comes to real estate. And then by all means, it is even simplified on how things go. So in my website, you guys can head over to it if you want to, and then use coupon code not gatekeeping. It is going to be on their calculators, and then there's going to be a pro bundle, which is going to be the ARV, and then you're going to have access to the ARV calculator on one of the ARV tabs. If you don't purchase that, then you won't have access to it. So you literally have to purchase it, aka for free, just by using coupon code not gatekeeping. And then from here, this is basically how we're going to find this ARV. So the way it goes is basically we have the calculator. We depending on what property you do have, let's say it's 123 Main Street. This property, I'm gonna say here in Southern California, so I'm gonna say Los Angeles. Not anything specific to like LA. I'm just going with just that. I am trying to wholesale a deal, so the question is asking price. So off the bat, it does ask you for an asking price. If there's a property on market, then this is the way it's gonna go. So we're gonna have one property. There's gonna be properties that are gonna be on market, and on market properties are basically going to be listed with an agent. So it's going to be either agent listed, or sometimes it could be FSBO, so for sale by owner. So the owner is selling selling the property, and they listed it on Zillow, so you will see it available for it to get like a lot more exposure. And then there's going to be properties that are going to be off market. So the off market properties are basically if you live in a neighborhood and then there's apartments, but right behind those apartments there's homes and they don't have any sign. You can head over to websites like Redfin. You can head over to websites like Zillow. You can head over to a website like PropWire. All these websites are complete for free for you to find out what kind of information there is on that property, and then seeing if it's an on-market property or if it's going to be an off-market property. And basically, a lot of buyers are looking for properties that are off-market. And sometimes you can get a deal if you do happen to come across a property that is on market, but you just have to again negotiate that property with the agent, just to make sure that you're bringing a good deal for that. But you're bringing a good deal whatsoever, and then you're just building the trust with the agent. Sorry, just try to spell this out. So the on market is could be listed, or again FSBO, or for sale by owner is the owner selling their own property. So that's going to be basically the asking price. They're going to put a price on that property. So again, there's going to be a price. But the properties that are off market, they're not going to have a price. So how do you go about finding the price? It's pretty simple. You go to head over to websites like Redfin, again, like Zillow or PropWire, and they're going to give you what's called like their own estimates. So Redfin is going to be Sestimate or Redfin estimate, and it's going to say it right over here. Let's see if we can find one. Not on this one. Let's see. See if we can head over here, see if we can find like an estimate to it. Nothing there. Let's look at Zillow. Zillow is like the most wonderful one that does say it. So sometimes it will say it, sometimes it won't. And then here we go, right over here. So we have the Zillow estimate, or what Zillow calls its estimate. This is what they quote like the price is estimated at. Same thing, if I were to head over to let me put this address on PropWire and then put this address over here. Then when it pops up over here, same thing, there's going to be an estimated value. This one says at 341. This one says at 437. And Redfin, if Redfin had one as well too, then you put it as well too on Redfin, and then put what the Redfin estimate is. Again, Redfin doesn't show it too much on this one, but again, that depends if the property is off market or if it's going to be on market. So again, it will usually say it over here. So the way you're going to do this is you're going to go get the average. So we're going to say Redfin. We're going to say Redfin. We're going to say Zillow. We're going to say also PropWire. You can there's some programs if you're paying for them, like PropStream. That's a paid program, a paid subscription. So PropStream as well too. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get their estimates if it has it, and then what you're gonna do is once you sum all this up, then you're basically gonna do the average price. So sum all of that, and then you're gonna get an average dollar price. And that's basically what you're going to be putting over here in the asking price, just so you can get like a ballpark. So let's say, for example, we averaged it out, and then the property over here on 123 Main Street, it averaged out around $327,000. Again, this could be a property that we're looking for that it is off market. So that's what we're looking for at the moment, an off market property. So off market. It's not listed with an agent. It's not listed with for sale by owner either. And so it's just available over here. And the way it's gonna go is gonna be 327,000. You're gonna put the information. So it's 1,000 square feet, or actually let's go with 1,200 square feet. And then you're gonna put the basement. If it has a basement, put the square footage. If it doesn't have the basement, then don't put you need to put anything down. Just make sure you put 0. As a wholesaler, most of the time you are going to have your buyers pay for their closing costs. So basically, as an incentive, you are telling the seller that, hey, Mr. Seller, we are going to be paying. There's no commissions involved, and there's no closing costs that you'll be paying. And then the offer that we're bringing is a cash offer, and set the expectation, let them know how quickly you can close. Usually we close between 3 to 4 weeks. Do those terms and conditions work well for you? If they work well for you, then by all means, you're gonna definitely gonna try to get like the deal as much as possible, just because you're bringing a lot of expenses over to your buyer, which is perfectly fine. They'll definitely take it because again, they're gonna make their money as well too. Now, off the bat, the calculator does give you my possible purchase price. Again, we are wholesaling this, so we're basically going to be looking for, we already have a price that we can start off, but the conversation doesn't start off with just oh, we can offer you this much. You gotta ask a few key questions to know a little bit more about the seller, about the motivation of the seller. So there's this cold call in the script. There are 3 phases. The first phase is the property's condition. So with the property's conditions, you're going to be asking essentially key questions to know about the home. First things first, confirm with the seller. Hey, Mr. Seller, since you're interested on selling, I just want to confirm a few things before I can I can present you with the cash offer. Is the square footage of the home 1,000 square feet, or did you add anything else? Oh, you added 200 square, so you had an extra room. Okay, beautiful. So the square footage is actually 1,200. Great. What would you? How would you give the home the condition? What would be like the general condition of the home? And then have them answer. How old is They're supposed to be say roof? Not rude. How old is the roof? All right. How old is the AC unit? How old is the what's it called, the water heater? And next is when's the last time you updated like the bathroom or the kitchen? Have you noticed any issues with the foundation? And also, do you currently live in the property, or are you renting it out to like somebody else right now, or is the property just completely vacant? And then if it's getting rented out, make sure you do ask, oh, how much are you renting it out for? So that way you can get a sense. Next is the who, what, how, when. For how long have you ever thought about selling like your home? And then how long are you looking to like a close on the property? Are you looking to close in 30 days, 45 days, 60 days? How much time do you need? Because again, typically whenever we close in about 2 to 4 weeks. So I just want to make sure that time frame does work well for you, or if it doesn't, that's perfectly fine as well too. And try to get a number. So we got a number in mind because again, we went to all these websites, Redfin, Zillow, PropWire, and PropStream to get an average price. But then if the seller has a number, it's always just get it out there and try to ask him, hey, Mr. Seller or Miss Seller, do you just happen to have like a number in mind that you want to walk away with? Do you have anything like that? They say no, just let them know that's perfectly fine. If they say yes, what would that number mean? Sometimes they're gonna take like a little while for them to get that number out. It's gonna take a little bit for you to get that number out, but it's perfectly fine. And then always ask him, hey, so how'd you come up with that number? Because they could have a real estate experience themselves in the past that they know how to get that number from them. They can get an appraiser. They have some agent friends, so really that option is available for them. Um, Asking if there's any mortgages on the property as well too, and then also if they happen to have like any property liens. So you have to ask them all these questions to find out their motivation, find out about the property, set the expectations, and of course you are going to be handling some objections as well too. But that's part of the process. But don't ever give your number out first without getting to know what's actually going on with the property and also with the seller. So get that done first. So again, you have a number in mind, but you don't want to bring this number in mind just yet. Next is repairs. So the way repairs goes, you don't need to spend a whole lot of time when it comes to doing these repairs. So the way repairs are going to go are pretty simple. It's going to be like this. So repairs between $10 all the way up to $20 per square foot are going to be light repairs. So light repairs. And what do those light repairs consist of? It's going to be just carpet, if there's any carpet, and there's also going to be some paint. Just it looks a little bit outdated, so that's the only thing you're going to be spending into it. Next is going to be average repairs. Those average repairs are going to be between $25 all the way up to like $40, and these are going to be average repairs. And what are average repairs going to consist of? They're going to consist of carpet. They're going to consist of paint. They're going to consist of kitchen updates, bathroom, so rooms basically. It's going to consist of floors, and that should be honestly it. Those are going to be like, you're basically spending a little bit more from there. So those are going to be like your average repairs, maybe even roof as well too, if anything, but one of them has to actually go. But that's going to be basically it when it comes to those average repairs. And the final one is going to be a gut job. So this one's going to be between $45 all the way up to $60 or more, because yes, you can your end buyer can spend a lot more. And then there's going to be gut repairs. And gut repairs are going to consist of walls, roof, same thing as kitchen, bathrooms, floors, siding, so outside siding if it has any siding, windows. Of course, you're gonna have some paint as well too. So as you can see, you are adding way more into it. When it comes, you're adding way more. You're adding way more repairs into the gut job because it is going to take a little bit longer and it's going to take more effort for that property to get fully updated. So these are the repairs. They're pretty simple. The way you look at it is we're going to look through some today. We're actually, let me do a little spin the wheel so that we can get like a heads up of where we're going. So I'm gonna spin the wheel. That way I can start looking at some properties and then see what is it that we can look into. So we're gonna look at Lincoln, Nebraska. Who the hell lives in Lincoln, Nebraska? Who knows? But we're gonna find something today. Lincoln, Nebraska. Let me start looking into that. Let's start looking here into Lincoln, Nebraska. All right, great. And then we go ahead over here. So again, it's up to you if you want to use Zillow, Redfin, it doesn't really matter. Zillow does give you more properties when it comes to, because again, Zillow is just very popular, more popular than Redfin or even PropWire. PropWire is just more good for like finding those properties. So it's really just up to that whatsoever whenever you need to find like comps or something. So, but we're gonna go through that together. So right now we're in the phase of repairs. So let's try to look for a property. And the way this is gonna go is I'm gonna reset all the filters for this, because I do have certain filters that I like to use, but just because I use those filters, you guys should use it as well too. It's up to you, honestly. It doesn't really matter. But the way it's gonna go is we're gonna look for homes. Let's deselect that. Let's look for homes that are at least 1,000 square feet, nothing older than 2005. Basement doesn't matter. Let's hide 55 plus communities. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. So that should be honestly be good. Oh, I did miss something, which I hate on Zillow. So actually I'm gonna leave it like that. And let me head over to Redfin. Let me do the same things. On Redfin, I do like an extra thing, which is time on Redfin, and it's more than 45 days that it's been on the market. And again, I'm just going based on market properties just so I can do this analysis over here for you guys. And then max of 2005. And let's exclude 55 plus. I don't want new construction. I'm okay with FISBOs. All right, so let's set this up. And then now I'm just gonna organize it by price. Make sure I'm looking at the lowest price properties from here. And let's go from price low to high. Because again, the lowest price properties is just the simple ones that are going to be listed out in the market. So off the bat, I do have this one um, right over here. It doesn't have a lot of pictures. It does say attention investors. So usually when I see that from an agent, sometimes they think they know that a property like this is a great for investors, but sometimes they put in the description, if you're a first-time home buyer, this is a great opportunity for you. Yeah, I gotta put 125. It's 125,000. I gotta put 20% down at a 7.3% interest rates, and then I have to make how much I have to pay expenses as well too, taxes, insurance. Basically, you're telling a first-time home buyer that you basically going to be putting close to $125,000 to fully update this home and make your dream home a dream home. And honestly, first-time home buyers don't want to deal with that. They're just ready to move in. They're looking for a specific type of home, fully updated, has new everything, new appliances, new water heater, new roof, new entrance, new kitchen, new bathroom, new floor, new windows, new everything. They want to take that, apply for a loan on that, and then just live in that property, let it appreciate, have a family, and then so on. So with that, sometimes it doesn't really work like that with agents. And so that's why I always have to question what makes this an investor opportunity, because there's no pictures. So you're not really telling me much. So far, there's these pillars that are holding this ceiling up. So that's already another, looks like it's a project itself. I don't know what the foundation looks like. The entrance needs a lot of work. The siding should be good, but there probably could be like a few of them that need some adjustments. But for laughs and giggles, we're just gonna move on forward with this property. So this property is listed at $125,000. Debt, again, I gotta reach out to the agent, see what's going on. And then so far it includes 4 bedrooms, 1 bath, main floor laundry room, 2 stall garage. This property assists condition. So selling as is. I would expect to get sold as is. So let's see what else is going on. And it's a 1578 square foot home, which is big. Based on the outside, I gotta find out what's going on like on the inside. So it's all about reaching out the agent. So if the outside looks like that, I can imagine what the inside looks like. So I'm gonna estimate that it does need average repairs. And again, if we go back to the average repairs, we're looking about $25 to $40. We can do some carpet, kitchen, floors, paint, bathrooms. Again, it could be more, it could be less. So we're gonna leave it at 40. So far we're gonna need about $63,000, or not us, it's gonna be basically our buyer. And then right over here, our buyer, we want to make sure that they get their profit, and we're looking for them to make a 20% profit. If we can make a little bit more, cool, but let's just play it safe right now and then stick between 15 to like 20%. And then from here, There it is. There's our ARV. So you don't need to guess what it is that you need to look for. Try to force yourself into looking. And then right here, you have a ARV range. And basically what this consists of is this side is asking price ARV, which is going to include the asking price, the closing costs, and the repairs. So basically what we're seeing here is this agent that listed the property at $125,000. It's telling us that if we were to fully update, we spend the $63,000 in repairs, we are able to make our 20% profit, and we can sell the home in about 4 to 6 months. Around over here 240, maybe even 250. They're going to tell you, oh yeah, you can sell it for even 250 as well too. But you always want to make sure with the agents, well, do you have some comps that are selling close to like 240, 250? But then in the other side, we also have my possible purchase price ARV, and what this goes is basically our purchase price. So if we were to buy it, if we were to get the property in the contract and we got under contract around 81,250, if our buyer ends up doing the repairs, pay the closing costs, get the 20% profit, then we need to find a property that it's selling at $183,000. So that's why I like this range, because I want to see, are we close to 183 or are we close to like 240 or maybe even 250? So now what we're going to do is we're going to look for comps. And the way we're going to look for comparables, it's going to look like this. I'm going to duplicate this tab. Let me get this address for this property. And then from here, we're going to use PropWire to give us some comps. I'm going to look for comps in the last 6 months on Redfin or even Zillow as well too. Let me put in the address here. Let's see, put in the address. South? Is South? Yes, it is. South Lincoln. Awesome. We're gonna so I'm gonna use Redfin really quick. I duplicated, so I'm gonna go back to it really quick. I'm gonna zoom into the area. So I want to scout the neighborhood. I want to see what's going around. So we got a cemetery. Okay, cool. There's a local park. I'm looking for like schools as well too. Oh, look, there's a real estate agency over here. There's an elementary school close by. There's a medical center, which is good. Looks like we're close to a campus. What is this? Because this side says East Campus. Is there a university over here? Soldier Circle, donation. Again, this is the stuff that I'm looking for. So we got a mall close by, Lancaster County Treasury. Okay, so yeah, so far this looks like it's a good neighborhood from my experience. Another thing too, whenever you're looking for comps, you want to stay from busy streets. So we have Vine Street as a busy street. We also have 27th Street as a busy street. And then we also have this highway over here as well too. So we're going to be staying away from that. And we're going to be looking for properties that sold in the last 6 to 9 months within basically this neighborhood, just because again we are doing these are going to be busy streets. Even 33rd Street, it's also a busy street as well too. And the reason why we're staying away from those is because an appraiser, whenever they're going to come in and do an appraiser on the home to see how much it's actually worth, they're not going to be crossing those double yellow lines. And what double yellow lines are, basically busy streets where there's constantly major traffic going on, or major movement from people heading over to work, from construction, trucks. So you name it, it's just going to be a busy streets. So then right here, looks like we got a 240 that sold in July, 1,600 square foot home. Okay, it's a 2-level house off the bat, very, very strong. And then from here, it's a 4.1.5. Our property is 4.1. So honest, that's one great comp. Just because you found one doesn't mean you're done. You gotta find out at least like 2 or 3. Honestly, more on the 3 side, so that way you can see what's going on. Because this sold in July. In July, rates Prices were way different than what they are now. It's almost 6 months ago that this happened, so we got to find something close to the most recent one. So I do see this one 215 that sold in October. So nothing in the last 2 months whatsoever. So, and this one sold us it's a 2,300 square foot home. That's the only thing I did forget to update is I gotta look for homes within the same square footage. So this is 1,500. So it's gonna be for the square footage whenever you're looking at comps. Let me put it over here. Let's do this. So when we're looking for comps, we are going to be looking for properties that are plus or minus 300 in the square feet. We're gonna do not cross double yellow lines, aka busy streets. All right. Next is going to be, so that's one, that's two. Next is going to be, we're gonna stick within for the year, plus or minus 10 years. Make sure it's the same number of stories as well too. So those are the things that we got to keep an eye on. And then let me put this at 1,200, and then this one I'm gonna put it at 1,800. So those are the things that I forgot to make some adjustments, and bam. So now we're getting a little bit more narrow view, which is good. We have this property sold in June, 178. This one October, 3.2, two-level home. This one, this is a great comp over here as well too. So then now you have one comp, and then I'm gonna write this down for you with you guys too. So that's why it's always good. It's always good to use paper, because now we got to do a few things. So we have one comp. We have one comp. We have one. What's this thing doing that? So we have one comp that sold at $144 per square foot. There's only for this one. Then we have the other property that sold. Which one is it? This one. This one sold at $117 per square foot. What about this one? August. Okay, so this is really good. It's in good condition. It's a little bit older. It does need like some. They did a good job. It looks like it was probably like a rental, maybe. Could have done some, like little updates, so like kitchen, maybe some painting, just keep everything even from here. So that's actually a pretty good home right there. This one, I don't know if this one crosses. That's the only thing too. This is why I like to do Street Viewer. I want to make sure. Let's see, where's this home at? So I gotta go down to 33rd first. Okay, so in the corner. Let's go here. So what I like to do is use Street Viewer so I can see where the home is. All right, so we have to head over this way. There's one because it was in the corner. And I see a few cars moving over here. All right, so 33rd Street. Yeah, I think that was yep, right over here. And yep, off the bat, I can already see it. Double yellow line, busy street. So yeah, I don't think appraise is gonna come over here. And the way I like to look for it is how many cars are on the road. So yeah, we got these. It's in between. It has like the two solid lines over here. So and has a crosswalk. I don't see a lot of cars coming here, so I truly don't know how the neighborhood is. But guess who I can ask for it? It's honestly the agent. Just got to reach out to the agent and then see what's going on with it. And then, because that way I want to look at this comp. If this comp works, great, because again, our subject is right over here. If this home is fully updated, which is 50 pictures, most likely it has some, not a lot. It has good floors. Gonna need some work. It did sell for 200. What's the square footage on this one? 1460. Like the outside looks good, and it's sold recently too. So, and it's a 4.2, a little bit smaller home, and so it sold for $137 a square foot. So what I'm gonna do over here is I'm gonna get the average, 137 per square foot. So I'm gonna get the average of those comps, so I can get a perspective of where these 144 plus 117 plus 137 divided by 3. So I'm looking at 132.67 per square foot. So then now I'm gonna multiply this times my subject property, which is around 1,500 square foot. It's 1,578 square feet times 1,578. And it looks like this property could sell on the market for $209,000. So here we go. So we got the 144, 117. You got the average. We multiply by the subject square footage, and then that's going to give us $209,000. What we can sell the property for. Just because we saw a property sell for 240 doesn't mean it will sell at 240, because the way this is going to get calculated is by the square footage, price per square foot. So our subject property is a little bit bigger. So then if you get your calculator, just multiplying 144 times our 1,578 square foot home, the property could sell up to $227,000. But again, that's not going to be the case. So that's why we have to average comps. We got to see where those comps are selling. And then what we're going to do is, so far we found something in between. We found something close to $240,000, but it's also close. It's about, what is this, $20,000? Actually $30,000 less here, and it's $30,000 more here. So it's basically right in the middle. So if we were to get 182, we could have even done that. 182, 994 plus 240, 744. We divide that by 2, our average is going to be 211. And as we did it right over here, we actually found out that we can sell the property for $209,000, or 210 if you can call it. But I'm gonna stick with the 209 just to play it safe. So then now, after doing some research, you're gonna put the ARV that it is that you actually found over here, or what it could actually sell for, which is gonna be $209,000. And off the bat, you are going to get two type of investors. You could have a conservative investor, and you also going to have an aggressive investor. This is their investing rule is your buyers are going to be basically fixing and flipping it. This is how much they will buy their contract from you, or even if they're looking for themselves, or if you're an investor yourself and then try to look for it, this is how much you want to buy the property for, based on everything that needs to be done with the property and based on the comps that you're able to find locally. Again, you are paying for the closing costs, so you're going to be making your 20%. And basically, right over here, it's going to be some extra ARVs, but at least the biggest thing is knowing like our profit and where you need to be. Now, that's a fix and flip. Maybe somebody wants to buy and hold this. Again, they are going to be paying like a little bit more, just because, again, they're thinking more long term. So they're going to be paying kind of close to what the asking price is, or maybe like a little bit less of a discount. It all really depends from there. And then sometimes now, because we are trying to wholesale this, we want to see where our number was. So an aggressive investor, basically he or she is going to want to buy it at 83,000. As we noticed, our first offer was around 81,250. So this is our possible buy price, but just because it's our possible buy price doesn't mean that this is exactly our first offer goes. So the way your offers are going to go is you want to start, if one of our offers, so we're going to cross this out. Now we're going to head over to offers. The way your offers are going to be, the way this first offer is calculated actually is by 65%. So this offer number one, it's could be offer 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 offers. So the one that we get off the bat is around 81,000, or actually not that, I'm doing the wrong thing. The first offer is basically 65% of ARV. Well, actually 65% of the asking price. So that's gonna be 65, or whatever it is that they're asking, that's gonna be 65%. But the way your offer should be, it should be like more like this. So you want to start as low as possible. So you want to start basically at the way it's gonna go is you gotta ask for 60% off, then you gotta ask for 50% off, then you gotta ask for 45% off discount, and then you gotta get down to 40%. So the way it's gonna go, you're gonna get the asking price. So the asking price was 125,000. And you're gonna multiply this, which is gonna equal to times 4. This is going to equal to 0.4, because again, it's 100 minus 60 is going to be 0.4, which is going to give you an offer of $50,000. Of course, that's going to be like a crazy lowball offer. The next one's going to be 62,000. 62, or this one's going to be 0.5. And then this offer is going to be 120. I can't do simple math, so I think it's going to be 75, or 62,500. This one is going to be, I messed up on this. This is actually supposed to be 40%. It's going to be 40%. Stay froze. So should delete all this. All right, cool. So then this one's going to be 40% off, and then this one's going to be 35%. So this one's going to be 0.6, and then this one's going to be 0.65. All right, cool. And then this offer is going to be times 0.6. It's going to be $75,000. And then this final offer is basically going to be our final offer over here, which is going to be the 81,250 and 81,250. So those are the way your offers are going to be set up from here. So again, just because this is where you actually need to be at, this is where it is that you need to be at, doesn't mean that you have to start right there. Because if you start right there, then your price is basically going to start, your price is going to start increasing, and then you're going to end up spending more money. And then more money you spend, the buyers, as you can see, they only have very limited amount that they can buy it for. So now you're basically cutting on some of your wholesale fee. So just because that's where you need to start doesn't mean that's where you need to start. So again, that's why that's where you need to get it under contract for. Doesn't mean you need to start right there. So that's why you have to start a little bit lower and then work your way up to that number. And again, just set up. It's all about just communicating, just telling either the seller or the agent, hey, look, a few things that we can do. It's speed. So again, we can close in 2 to 4 weeks. We can close in 2 to 4 weeks. We'll close in 2 to 4 weeks. Pay closing costs. Sorry, my handwriting is not the best. And additionally to we do want to set up an inspection period. That's the only thing we are requesting. And the way the inspection is going to go is basically going to be like this. It is going to be business days. So it's going to be Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. only. Those are the days. Those are the days that you're basically bringing in your buyers. So that way you're working with them closely, give them like a tour or just have them check it out in person if you happen to be having like a wholesale deal locally. And the biggest thing, again, it is going to be a cash offer as well too. So cash, close in 2 to 4 weeks, pay the closing costs. You're looking to do like your inspection period. But again, you are trying to look at it and what's going to help you back it up on getting it close to that 81,250 or even less. It's going to come down to the comps. So again, look at the comps and try to get you want to get comps. You want to get about 3 to 5 comps. Want to get 3 to 5 comps to making sure that you're executing the most out of the deal. But this is going to be everything that you're going to need to learn to help you kill your wholesaling business. And again, it is a business as well too. So you got to start thinking like a business where you're just helping out the seller get out of the situation as quickly as possible. And but the only thing is you got to work it is on your prices and just go from there. But again, the calculator does simplify just so that way you can understand where it is that you need to look for. If the ARV is it close to what the agent is doing, or did the agent do the same thing as we were doing? They're like, oh, one property sold to 240, so let's put the property the buyers who want to be buying it close to this and whatnot. So this is basically where the numbers will be. So let's see. So 240 and then times 0.70. So 168 and like $60,000 in repairs. The band like 108. So they're trying to get a little bit more out of it. It's been sitting here for a while. Another thing I like to do is tax or the history of it. Looks like it's been listed in October and no price drop, nothing. So 2 months that hasn't been under contract. They're probably going to be getting calls because the agent is doing the marketing, but it hasn't gotten on the contract. And especially for this one off the bat that it says attention investors, it's like what makes it a deal? If you're putting little things like that, what's making a deal? What information that you have that I don't have just yet justifies that this is a great investor, a property. And we just did our research, and our research is telling us that we need to get the property under contract. I'm gonna start at 62,500. Look, that's where I see it. We can sell this property for 209. We're gonna be putting about $60,000 in repairs, around $65,000 in repairs. You can say that too, and then from there, just let it know like this is what I'm finding over here. I found 3 properties. It looks like I can sell this property around $132 a square foot, 1,578. So that's going to put it close to $209,000 that I can sell it for. And again, that's about that depends on as well too, because we got to do some updates on this. So it's going to take about 3 to 4 months, and we'll see where the market is in about 3 to 4 months. But right now, we're buying as is right now, and we're the ones who have to take on the risk. If the prices will continue, if we get a chance for the prices to increase, or if we're going to be taking a risk and the prices end up dropping as well too. So it all really depends on what it is that we can do. But this is basically going to be like your homework that you're basically bringing over to every single deal. And when it comes to reaching to sellers, it's going to be the same process, but again, it's more about asking questions, figuring out where it is, what the property condition is, what the motivation of the is, where they're standing right now, if they're okay with the expectations of us closing early, paying cash, paying all the closing costs. And of course, handling some objections like that's a lot lower than what the property is worth. We've been getting other offers higher than that. I've invested a lot into like the property. I think I can get a better offer if we continue waiting. So there's going to be like a lot of objections whenever you bring offers either to agents or if you bring offers to sellers. But that's basically the entire show. This is our analysis paralysis, but again, when you're doing it so consistently, just like whenever you're heading over to work, you do it so consistently. If you miss like 2 weeks of work, or let's say you work every 2 weeks, one day every 2 weeks at work, you're always going to be outdated. You're never going to know what's actually happening. There's could be constant changes, constant policy changes, whatever it is that's happening. You're not going to be updated every single time. Maybe people leaving, new people coming in. So honestly, this is why it's good to like constantly be training yourself and just getting out there and just executing as much as possible, just because it's all about honestly getting deals done. But if you guys have like any questions or you have any updates, just let me know. But I hope this was very insightful. And when it comes to, again, offers, comps, cash offers, doing some doing some repairs, knowing the difference between on market, off market, ARV, and of course, what are some things that you need to find when it comes to doing when you need to find some comps as well too. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. You can reach out to me either over here, or you can head over to my website, ltvargas.com, and then set up a one-on-one session there with me. And again, if you want to have access to the calculator, literally it's use coupon code not gatekeeping, all of it together. It's going to be complete for free. You're going to have access to the calculator that we just used today, and from there it's all about getting it get the show started. So any questions, comments, concerns you guys have, just book a one-on-one and then I'll gladly help you out.